From being eliminated after trying to get another contestant out, to losing the competition after being selfish, nothing tastes sweeter than poetic justice. And here are some of the most satisfying karma moments in Masterchef history, starting with Brian getting humbled. Brian O'Brien, Masterchef US Season 8, Episode 9. Brian O'Brien believed he was the best chef in the competition, especially better than Ebony.
So, are you a better cook than Ebony?
I believe I am, yes. Everyone down here, chef.
Prove it.
Yes, chef.
The red team lost during the team challenge and got thrown into the cannoli elimination, and for Ebony, it couldn't have come at a worse time, especially since this was her first time making cannoli.
Okay.
Other than that, never had a cannoli before in my life, so I'm kind of going in it blind. But guess what? I am a survivor. I'm from the dead-ass hood, the south side of Chicago.
Brian thought she wouldn't be able to make it through.
I think Ebony's ready to go home. I'm okay with that.
Ebony wasn't about to let Brian get the best of her, confident that her dish would speak for itself.
Brian O'Brien thinks you got 1 foot out the door and you've checked out. How do you respond to that?
It's in my food.
Let's have a look, shall we?
And it did.
Cannoli.
Thank you,
Great job.
chef.
Nice job, Ebony.
Nice job.
Meanwhile, Brian didn't even have all of 6 cannolis in the box, and Christina wasn't impressed with the presentation and taste either.
The filling is definitely too loose, which is why it's kind of starting to look a little bit like, with all due respect, it looks a little throw-uppy.
Ebony had one of the best dishes of the night.
I know some people still mad. They thought they was sending me home. They like, yes, yes. Little Southside going home. Not today. I ain't going nowhere.
And along with Adam and Jeff, Brian clearly had one of the worst, yet he felt like he was owed his spot in the competition.
Left everything behind to pursue my dream of being the next Master Chef. Adam can go back to Harvard and get an education, and Jeff just had a baby he probably needs to go home and take care of. This is everything to me.
He gave up everything to be there, and like everyone else, and then gives examples of people who had to leave school or leave a kid behind to be there. The judges burst his bubble after his terrible performance.
You just didn't come close to giving us enough tonight.
Please take your apron off and return home. Thank you.
And 7 years later, here's what Brian had to say regarding the MasterChef experience.
One of the best things that ever happened to me in my entire life was to not win MasterChef.
But while Brian can see the silver lining in losing the competition early, Emily is still bitter that her plan massively backfired. Emily Halleck, MasterChef US Season 9, Episode 14, from the blue team's raw pork chop.
Chop's completely raw,
Oh,
like
no,
raw,
no,
like
oh,
cold.
No,
Embarrassing.
To a cadet finding hair in his meal from the red team.
Guys,
What's
Gordon,
wrong?
we have a problem.
Oh, jeez. Come on. Oh, Lord.
Embarrassing.
There were highs and lows in both teams, and for the first time in MasterChef history, it was a tie. This meant that the judges had to pick which team would be safe and which team would face off in the pressure test. Even if the blue team was safe, team captain Emily said she still wanted to see Shanika go home.
Communication was on point. At least 4 out of 5 of us had a common goal and a common vision. But I think Shanika is really weighing us down at this point. So however this is gonna pan out, I hope that she goes home as soon as possible.
The two couldn't get along during service at all.
Look at this one. The hell we was thinking.
Let me check.
Let you check this?
Check the tip.
Ooh, I did not know coming into this team that Emily was so controlling.
Emily thought Shanika was trying to sink the blue team.
Negative spark of energy that just transfers like wildfire to everyone.
The judges decided that the blue team had the worst performance in the service challenge. They'd be the ones facing elimination. But there was another twist.
Pick one person from your team to go up against head-to-head in this challenge. And for that, you would be saving 3 other home cooks. Or you can save just yourself.
This might have been a tough decision for anyone else in the competition, but it wasn't for Emily. She already knew she wanted to go up against Shanika, confident that she could make the better Black Forest cake and knock her out in the elimination challenge.
I am a believer in positive communication and respecting people in the kitchen. So I will have to say, go head-to-head with Shanika.
I'm ready.
Not only was Emily one of the strongest cooks, she hadn't been in the bottom 3 once in the competition, and she was going up against Shanika, someone who's allergic to chocolate.
Nope, I'm allergic to chocolate.
You're allergic to chocolate?
Yep.
Wow. But you're a fighter.
I never back down from a fight.
No. If you were the captain, who would you have chosen to go head-to-head with?
I probably would have did the same thing.
It seemed like this was Emily's challenge to win. Even Shanika thought so, but the judges were concerned with how fast Emily was going. They shouldn't give her cakes enough time to rest before stacking them up on top of one another. Because of that, it was inevitable that the cream would melt, and the whole thing would topple over. And that's exactly what happened.
You have... Oh my God.
Oh no. Her
With less than 15 minutes remaining, Emily didn't have enough time to remake her cake, forcing her to make do with what she had. This was when the entire dynamic flipped.
Not as great as it could look.
No. What happened to the layers of whipped cream?
They compressed.
That is beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Shanika ended up making a better cake that she couldn't even taste because of her allergies, and no one could believe it.
David has beat Goliath. Ah, this feels so good.
Emily, I don't know what to say.
Emily's karmic moment came when she thought she could cook better than any other contestant. Ryan, on the other hand, tried to take the strongest cook out a little more sneakily. Ryan Umane, MasterChef US Season 3, Episode 6. When it came down to Ryan, Becky, and Christine as the top 3 dishes in the Mystery Box Challenge, Ryan had the best overall dish and got 3 major advantages going into the next round. Since he was safe, he got to choose the ingredient for each group.
Ryan will get to decide which 7 of your competitors will be cooking with fresh crab and which 7 will be cooking with canned crab.
Time to throw some people under the bus here, right? It's bus driver coming through.
You are now in control of this competition.
This is like the best information ever.
While everyone else hoped they would cook with a fresh, live crab, Christine held her breath. As someone with a visual disability, she would have benefited more with a canned crab, but Ryan was determined to knock her out of the competition.
Christine, you got live.
I knew it. Okay. How's it wrapped up?
No, it's not wrapped.
It's not wrapped?
No,
It's just in a bowl?
No, it's not in a bowl. It's in your shopping cart.
So it's just moving around?
Yeah, it's just moving around live.
Can I beat it with my cane?
What do you need?
While everyone else thought it was a sleazy move to give the blind contestant a live crab, it is a competition at the end of the day. The biggest challenge for Christine wasn't just to cook a phenomenal dish that would save her from elimination, it was also to stay safe while dealing with a live animal. This wasn't going to be easy.
It pierced me.
Everyone held their breath when Christine walked up to the judges with her crab ceviche. Visually, her dish was stunning, but it all comes down to taste, and Gordon couldn't believe that Christine had defied the odds and cooked such an amazing dish.
Thank you, Chef.
It's fresh, it's fragrant. You cook every freaking time like an angel. Good job.
Thank you,
Seriously.
Gordon even asked Ryan to come down and taste Christine's dish. One bite, and Ryan could tell that if anyone was leaving the competition that night, it wasn't going to be Christine.
You knocked it out of the park, Christine.
Thanks.
I want to prove to Ryan that you did try to screw me by giving me live crab, but I turned around and made it into something awesome.
People online had a lot to say about Ryan's strategy. They hated him more when he gave Christine a live crab. It could have been dangerous. Ryan is absolute scum, and Ryan from Season 3 is possibly the worst human being on the show. And now, another chef from Season 3 who got in way over his head was coincidentally Ryan's closest ally in the competition. The only impression Tali made on the judges was the wrong one. Tali Clavijo, MasterChef US Season 3, Episode 11. Tali was getting on Gordon's last nerve from the beginning of the episode. He tried to make an overcomplicated Oni shooter's dish for the pressure test and thought he was robbed of the win.
Josh, seriously, there's no innovation. I didn't see anyone with my type of dish because it's never been done.
Later, during the elimination challenge, Tali got the easiest fish to cook with, but he decided to overcomplicate his dish again.
Tali,
hey chef.
Arctic char, you lucky man.
Lucky man.
Look at it, it's a dream. What's the dish? What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna sous vide this fish.
Sous vide it?
Yeah, and I'm going to finish it on the skillet.
It's an oily fish.
Yeah.
Why would you sous vide that?
It cooks it in its own juices and it keeps that flavor locked in.
Joe called Tali sous vide Arctic char, which in other words means completely unnecessary.
The sous vide, completely unnecessary. Arctic char is certainly the easiest fish here today. You could steam it, grill it, saute it. It's always going to be buttery and perfect.
With just under 5 minutes to go, Gordon walked over to Tali's station again to see how he was doing.
Right, Tali, how'd it taste?
This is just a trial run.
Trial run?
Yeah.
Gordon told him he was in way over his head, but Tali disagreed. If anything, he was annoyed that Gordon had interrupted his creative process.
Chef Ramsay interrupts me in the middle of my creative genius explosion. It's kind of like interrupting a master artist like Picasso.
And then, it came time to taste Tali's creative genius. Joe had to stop Tali mid-sentence.
The name of the show is Masterchef.
Okay.
What do chefs do?
Chefs cook.
Gordon stepped up next, and after one bite, he let Tali know that he had completely misunderstood the challenge brief, created a terrible dish, and on top of everything, was cocky about his techniques or lack thereof.
The point of sous vide is to lock in those flavors.
Yes, Chef.
And I watch you cook and I just get so pissed off with you around. You're misinterpreting the competition. It's Masterchef, not Master Bait.
Despite the judges' criticism of Tali's dish, and Gordon literally throwing it in the trash, this is what Tali had to say.
Understanding my flavors, maybe they're just a little too old school, and they can't see the beauty and the genius that is my food. Oh man, that sucks.
Unsurprisingly, he wasn't home at the end of the episode. Many fans debated whether Tali really deserved to be in the top 10 of the competition, saying things like, "My girlfriend and I settled on the idea that he was carried through the competition until he finally got the boot. He should have been eliminated many episodes prior. He's extremely entertaining and an excellent choice for the show. He and Ryan made me want to watch the show just to see them get eliminated. Just because you have a good dish once doesn't mean you're automatically the strongest chef in the competition." And Tali learned this the hard way, just like Mark from Season 9, Episode 11. Mark Ingram, MasterChef US Season 9, Episode 11. At 19 years old, Mark was the youngest competitor in Season 9 of MasterChef US. He was also one of the most talented cooks of the season, which is why during Episode 11's Team Challenge, he was Blue Team SJ's first pick.
The youngest in the competition, my first pick is Mark.
Wow.
But Mark was also very stubborn. When Aaron pointed out that Mark's technique for making sauce was a little too aggressive and it might break the sauce, he refused to listen.
Mark, you think it's a good idea to cook your béarnaise like that aggressively over that?
Absolutely.
How about a double boiler?
I've made it better over this way. It's faster. A double boiler takes too long.
You have plenty of time. Do you want to make it right, or do you want
I
to
make it right this way. This is the way my father taught me, and I'll continue to do it forever.
Even when Joe tried to intervene as Mark's mentor in the competition, Mark remained stubborn and refused to take the expert's words seriously.
And you're telling me at 19, you're going to reinvent béarnaise?
I'm not saying anybody's wrong or one rec technique is better than another, just that this is my own.
Unsurprisingly, the egg yolks in Mark's sauce hadn't cooked all the way through, and Gordon refused to allow the blue team to serve it to the guests.
10 years of doing this competition, I'm not going to be responsible for sending undercooked egg yolks.
I apologize.
Understood?
The red team had the better dish during the service challenge, and a lot of the members on the blue team believed that they lost because of Mark.
Mark had one job, to make this sauce to perfection. It just sucks that one kid, his know-it-all attitude, got us all sent to the pressure test.
Everyone gave Mark a piece of their mind, calling him arrogant and thinking he knew better than the judges.
He think he know everything, he done learning. And then you know your parents have a diner doesn't mean you know everything. This is wrong.
Even Joe thought Mark was out of touch with the reality just because he had been working at his parents' diner and believed he had more expertise than his competitors.
Masterchef, if you are directed to do something properly and you choose not to do it, then I don't know if I made the right decision in investing my apron in you.
But Mark was confident going into the elimination challenge. He believed that Christina Tossi would love his cupcakes and he would redeem himself from the service challenge disaster. But he got way ahead of himself again. This time, Mark started filling his warm cupcakes with strawberry puree, almost guaranteeing they'd be soggy in the middle.
I think that Mark is in real trouble today.
Mark is filling his cupcakes with strawberries right now, and he's
Strawberries
making a
are
jam.
full of water, right? It could start to leach out water all over your cupcake.
Not only did Mark use another questionable cooking technique, but he made elimination almost certain for himself when he made 7 instead of 12 cupcakes. Gordon didn't think it was funny.
They're not all there.
Excuse me?
I don't have all my cupcakes in the box.
Wow.
That's right.
I'm not laughing.
And this is what he thought about Mark's cockiness.
Big issue for me. Whilst we try to help you, you reject our help. You know, I'm not mentioning you, but you're becoming unteachable.
Once again, Mark doubled down, saying,
Of course not. You know, having an edge above people as young as myself, it definitely translates into my arrogance.
But Mark, you're not prepared to listen and grasp what people are teaching you. That's not a recipe for success.
Mark's arrogance didn't stack up against his poor performance in the challenge, and he was eliminated.
Unfortunately, tonight, you had the worst cupcakes in the MasterChef kitchen, so we have to say goodbye.
The silver lining, however, was when Mark gave his remarks about his biggest takeaway from the competition.
I learned from this, I really don't know it all.
Mark antagonized himself from his team members, and so did Andrea. Andrea Gallon, MasterChef US Season 7, Episode 10. No one wanted Nathan Barnhouse in their team during Season 7's 101 Farmers Challenge.
Pretty sure Nathan is gonna be the last pick. And if I choose the 6 people, I'm gonna end up with Nathan, which might potentially sabotage my team and my perfect day as captain.
But Andrea and the red team ended up with a tuxedo salesman after all, which she claimed meant that they were entering the challenge with a disadvantage already.
Just because we have an extra person on our team does not mean that the red team has an advantage. It's actually a disadvantage because it's Nathan. He doesn't know how to communicate.
The red team couldn't get in sync. The entire team believed it was because of Nathan and his poor execution in the kale station.
Is that all the kale? Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Nathan was the one that was left with the kale. We gave him the bigger responsibility that he wanted, which was to cook the kale, so he wasn't doing just prep work, and we're screwed.
Eventually, when they lost the challenge, Andrea made it clear to Nathan that she believed he dragged the team down.
This is my second pressure test in 2 team challenges in a row, and it sucks.
At least you haven't been on a team with Nathan every single challenge.
Nathan, all you had to do was tear the frickin' kale.
Well, you give Nathan a job for once,
and it backfires.
Then you wonder why he's usually chopping.
This led to a heated confrontation between the two, and Andrea wished the following for Nathan.
I just find it funny that all Nathan did was peel kale. You couldn't even make a sauce.
Oh my God, I love it when he gets me mad. He really knows how to freaking do it. Oh, I can't wait until you go home tomorrow. I really can't. I'm so excited.
But the next day, the blue team chose Nathan to come up to the balcony, saving him from elimination. Andrea wasn't happy about their decision, claiming,
Now, the blue team is only saving Nathan because they know he's a weaker chef and that they can get him out later. But like, he doesn't deserve to be in the top 10.
Andrea was a frontrunner in the competition. The judges were impressed with her sausage idea for the elimination round, but the problem was timing. Every contestant had to place their dish at the tasting table before time was up, and Andrea didn't.
Andrea, you've got to be down here.
Oh, I did not even...
4, 3, 2, 1, and stop.
She didn't make it. Ugh.
She was 2 seconds too late to bring her dish up, but Gordon still wanted to taste. And after tasting, this is what he had to say.
The texture and the ground, the size of the way you ground that meat. What do you think?
Delicious.
Very good, sir.
But when it came to sending someone home, the judges couldn't overlook the fact that Andrea broke the rules when she presented her dish after time had already been called.
Andrea, we were forced to watch the last 10 seconds and sadly did not adhere to that rule. You've got to be down here! 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop!
It was one of the most shocking karma moments in the competition's history, and something MasterChef fans still haven't gotten over. Andrea got too cocky for her own good, and karma caught up to her. To be fair, she was really cruel to Nathan throughout the season, and found her elimination to be poetic justice. Unlike Andrea, Howard did have the worst dish of the night. At least he knew it. Howard Simpson, MasterChef Season 4, Episode 9. Joe and his mother, Linda Bastianich, showed the top 15 exactly what they'd be cooking in the elimination challenge.
Simple dish, but is not so easy to execute.
And Howard believed he could make a better version of it.
California burritos, I want to use what she taught us at the demo. I don't want to copy it, so I'm thinking of the ingredients that I use at home. Bell peppers and jalapenos, and I want to put my own twist on the pasta dish that Joe's mom showed us how to make today.
When it came time to taste his creation, Linda had a lot of constructive criticism.
Yeah, what I got here is a mouthful of peppers.
Okay.
It's not harmonious with a pasta dish like this. Classics work and they're appreciated time after time. Otherwise, they wouldn't be called classics.
Of course.
Get a good connection to the basics. Don't just fly off on a wing, okay?
But Joe wasn't as nice.
I don't understand. She's been nice to you, but the whole thing with you is you have this very cavalier attitude. You don't know what you're cooking, what dish you're making with 10 minutes left. Then you come up here and get misty-eyed with us like, oh, poor me again, I got screwed up, and I'm getting tired of it.
Howard didn't bite his tongue either. He believed that going against the grain should be rewarded.
You want 15 of the same dishes up here?
Howard's comment really sent Joe over the edge. He didn't hold back and told Howard that his antics won't keep him in the competition for much longer.
If you're here putting your spin on everything you make because you want to show us how cutesy and intelligent and crafty you are, well, that's going to get you a one-way ticket back to wherever you came from. And then you could show your friends and the 6 people who told you were good how cutesy and smart you are when you're home cooking at dinner parties, while the rest of this group goes on and competes to become the next Masterchef.
The judge's comments didn't make a difference in Howard's attitude. He doubled down, saying that being creative was worth more than winning the competition.
This is a competition about flair, about finesse, about creativity, not about copying someone else's so you can win $250,000.
Unsurprisingly, he had one of the worst dishes of the night, landing in the bottom 2 with Lynn. Gordon reminded him again that his biggest weakness was his arrogance, that he knew better than the experts.
Howard, you've got this ignorance that you wouldn't absorb the kind of magic this lady has spent nearly 6 decades creating.
Gordon said they won't be the one announcing the elimination tonight. Instead, the worst home cook should untie his apron and leave the competition himself.
I would like that individual to leave this competition in a dignified manner by removing his apron, placing on his station, and leaving the Masterchef kitchen.
With a pasta dish stuffed with bell peppers and made with cumin, Howard knew that his time in the Masterchef kitchen was up. Fans agreed that Howard had to leave the competition. And Joe might have been a bit rude to Howard. He definitely showed his arrogance when he wasn't able to accept his failures of his agnolotti dish. When Lydia Bastianich criticized it, it was not capable of learning. They just kept him for drama. And luckily, he did create another iconic scene with his pasta dish. Just like Howard, Mark also thought he knew better than the judges. Mark Tony, MasterChef US Season 8, Episode 3. Mark's pancake dish failed to impress the judges. Sam and Heather's dishes were just as underwhelming, and the 3 faced each other in the first elimination round of the season.
Heather and Sam, tonight you 3 stood out for all the wrong reasons. All 3 of us.
With his spot in the competition on the line, Mark decides to recreate his pancakes in the elimination challenge, but he's confident he can make them better this time.
The basic play first, then want you to try the flea flicker. So I'm gonna go.
What's with all these football analogies?
I was an athlete back in the day, and that's how I deal with this.
All right, keep your eye on the clock. You got.
The thing about Mark, though, is that he needs to use a football analogy to get his point across.
It's left, and I ran onto the field without my helmet or my jock strap. And I left both my proteins on my table.
It's underwhelming and disappointing, to say the least.
And no one understands what he's talking about.
The basic play first, then want you to try the flea flicker. So I'm gonna
What's
go.
with all these football analogies?
I was an athlete back in the day, and that's how I deal with this.
All right, keep your eye on the clock. You got.
But the judges weren't too concerned about his confusing analogies. Instead, they were more concerned about his attitude toward the competition altogether.
Here.
I might want to switch up here.
I'm not saying he's checked out, but I don't look at him and think that, wow, this guy's desperate.
Gordon went up to Heather to give her a few pointers on her dish.
Onto the chicken as you're cooking it. Therefore, it stays a little bit moist.
Will do.
Yeah, you still got.
Right when he turned his back, Mark decided he had better advice to give Heather.
Do what I do and ignore them. Somehow I don't think that's the best strategy, Mark.
It's one thing to present a bottom 3 dish, but Mark doubled down when he acted like he knew better than Gordon Ramsay.
Is this just a big show off for your mates?
No.
No, well, take it serious or take your apron off.
Seriously.
Take it serious or take your apron off.
I have anything to do.
Mark, you've still got 1 minute. Mark.
I'm working it.
Come on, guys.
With the spot in the competition on the line, Gordon went up to taste Mark's dish, an elevated version of the Mystery Box Challenge that had landed him in the bottom 3.
Question, do you feel you've done better than you did earlier?
Yes, in all aspects of it.
Right.
But the dish still wasn't any better. The eggs were undercooked, the flavor profile was all over the place, and it was just a chocolate chip pancake on a plate with nothing MasterChef worthy. Gordon asked Mark an important question.
Is this the best breakfast you've ever cooked?
Yes. I successfully completed the 28th sweep, and I think I scored a touchdown.
The judges didn't deliberate for long, and Gordon felt like Mark's attitude toward the title wasn't what they were looking for.
don't think you are quite ready to become America's next Masterchef.
Thank you, all three of you. I appreciate the time and energy.
Despite being eliminated on day one of the competition, Mark left quite an impression, but not a good one, with fans leaving comments like, "I only remember him being obnoxious and telling the other contestants to ignore the judges, lol." But while Mark's karma ended with her season, Natasha's karma followed her in All-Stars too, and it all started with a stick of butter. Natasha Cernyats, Masterchef US Season 4 and Season 12. It was between Natasha Cernyats, Jesse Lisiak, and Luca Monfo for the title of Masterchef, and it was clear that everyone had their sights on sending Luca home.
Luca is not strong with crab. That's something he failed at miserably before. I want him to have the crab, so he failed.
Despite having the advantage in the elimination challenge, Jessie made a crucial mistake when she forgot to get butter from the pantry. Left with no option, she relied on her competitors to let her borrow some butter to finish searing her fillet.
Side of it, as well as bring out the sweetness in that crab.
If you're going to put a cold, marinated soba noodle salad on a plate to get in the finale, Natasha, yeah?
Yes,
it has
Chef.
to be a brilliant cold soba noodle salad, yeah?
Hopefully.
Good luck.
Thank you, Chef.
The first person Jessie asked was Natasha, someone who clearly had more than a tablespoon of butter on her counter that she could give her competitor. But this is how she responded to Jessie when she tried to borrow some butter from her.
Would you have 1 tablespoon of butter left over?
Jessie didn't even think to ask Luca, but after overhearing Gordon's conversation with Jessie, he threw her a stick of butter from his counter, claiming,
"Make her dish stand out that much. If it does, good for her. I'm going home. Tomorrow I can still look at myself in the mirror. Know what I mean? I'm a good guy."
No good deed goes unrewarded, and Luca ended up being in the top 2. Just a day later, in the finale, he ended up winning the competition altogether.
Luca!
Masterchef crowned Luca Monfate Season 4 winner, proof the nice guys don't always finish last. Or maybe it was proof that the world will conspire to make sure mean girls don't finish first. It's sweeter to beat your competition at their best, not their worst. To win on a technicality loses its glory. Good on you, Luca. This wasn't where Natasha's karma ended, though. She returned for Season 12 All-Star season, determined to go home with the trophy this time around.
For me, Natasha, from Season 4.
Congratulations, Luca!
I put my heart into my season, and to make it so close and not win, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about it.
But when it came down to choosing between Natasha's deconstructed cheesecake and Eric's crab and ricotta agnolotti, the judges decided he had the better of the 2 dishes. So from being this close to the trophy in Season 4 to not even getting through the auditions in Season 12, Natasha's karma followed her all throughout her journey in MasterChef.